Okay, everybody. Hi, my name is Erin Woods. I just want to make sure we've got some new CEs on tonight, some brand new CEs. Hi, Jessica. Um, I want to make sure, hopefully you've seen enough to know who the heck I am, but I am the director of this beautiful team, Love Rising. I am your director because there is no other director yet from the Love Rising group. And then I'm also the national director for the Great Love Nation, which is all of our other directorships, Melanie Sanukian and Jenny DeCajon and Veronica Martinez, who have their own branches and teams and whatever. But Love Rising is my little directorship and you guys. And I'm super excited. This is the inaugural Zoom meeting for Love Rising. I've never done a Zoom meeting with a team meeting. So Tracy is cracking up. And obviously it's not at me because I'm not being that funny yet. So, or am I? Is it me? No. What is Tracy watching? I'm dying. I'm talking about you. Yeah, that's the thing about Zoom. Unless you stop your video, you can be seen. So there is a Zoom Trades of Hope urban legend that is actually absolutely 100% true of somebody not realizing that they could be seen on Zoom, and they were in the bathtub during a meeting and they hopped out and hopped back in and hopped out and ran down the hall and hopped back in. And oh my gosh, can you imagine? So I can see you. We can all see each other. So Zoom is a video conferencing amazing tool. So hi, keep your clothes on. So I'm excited. I'm thinking in 2018, I'm going to be using Zoom predominantly for our meetings because it is a really nice way to actually see everybody. I have a good local group here, but I'm thinking I might meet with them more quarterly in person so that our regular team meetings on the first Tuesday of every month, that will not change, will be on Zoom. So we'll see how we like it. This is kind of an experiment. I do have a PowerPoint and I'm going to get started here in just a sec and go through some highlights and things that are going on company-wide, and some just, again, we've got some brand new CEs on, some very veteran CEs, a little bit of everything. Hey, Gretchen. And so just want to touch on some things and then talk about Black Friday, which is right around the corner, which is our biggest sales event of the year, and it's amazing. And I want to talk some tips and ideas. I can't tell you all the details of Black Friday. I don't honestly know them. I'll tell you a little bit more than what you already know. That's part of the good thing about coming to meetings is that I have a really hard time keeping secrets. So if you show up, you're going to find something out. But you can't tell anybody else because then I get in trouble. No, it's not that big of a deal. It's coming soon. I've gotten good at not telling too much, but I do like to give you a little bit of insight just for being here. So we're going to talk about Black Friday, and then we're going to talk about the amazing booking challenge that we just had, and end the meeting tonight with some hostess coaching, because you guys booked like 400 parties, and so I want to make sure that you've got some good hostess coaching tips and ideas. We're going to have some manager minutes with Jolynn and Tracy, and that's going to be a wrap. So I am going to go over to my screen sharing. I'm so excited about this. I know it's not a big deal and people do PowerPoints all the time, but it's a big deal for me. So, okay, let's see how this works. All right, so yes, I can still see the chat, so that's cool. So can everybody see the PowerPoint? Somebody say yes into the chat if you can see it. Can everybody see that this says yes? Cool. Yes. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Okay, and can you still see me? I never know if that's no. Yes. Oh, cool. Okay, awesome. So this is our November team meeting. This is our PowerPoint for November, and this quote has been kind of on my heart this month. It's where there's great love, there. Now I can't even see the whole thing. There are always miracles. And, the name of our team is obviously we're the Great Love Nation and Love Rising. And that all stems from my original team name, which was Small Things, Great Love. And of course, the Mother Teresa quote. And so just that is what our team is all about. It's what we emanate. It's what we put out into the world is love. And I truly, truly believe that small things done with great love change the world. One pair of earrings at a time. Also, like in your home, like every little thing that you do has purpose and meaning and is beautiful. And I do believe that miracles come from great love, and that love always wins. So there's all my love things for the night. But that's kind of how I function as a person and a leader. So that quote has been resonating with me so far this month. Okay, let's see if I can get this to. Oh no. How do you, oh, there we go. Okay. So if you hadn't heard, we're doing a new thing called the Monday Wake Up Call. This started like a month ago. And it's a really fun, easy way to have some accountability and kick off your month or your Monday, kick off your week really strong by dialing in at any point during the day on Monday. After 11 a.m. and listening to the Monday Wake Up Call recording. I actually did the call this week, so you can access that call currently by dialing the number and the access code, and you hit pound, and then you hit pound again, and you'll hear me and Megan. I talked about booking this week, so very timely. But the Monday Wake Up Call is also archived. You can go back and listen to the past calls in your back office. And so that's a really fun, like you need a 25-minute, like, get up and go in the beginning of the week. Check out the Monday Wake Up Call. Sometimes it's a founder, sometimes it's a CE from the, like word from the field, but always really good stuff. So far, so good, I feel like. Are you guys enjoying the Monday Wake Up Call? You can put that in the chat. If you've got a particular, like a favorite one that you've been listening to or you've listened to, you can make recommendations to each other. I can't see the chat anymore, so, oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, so next up. There we go. Okay, the $1,000 club. I started the $1,000 club long before the home office did, but this year the home office has been also encouraging this beautiful $1,000 club, except they call it Inspiring Hope. Inspiring Hope is basically, if you have $1,000 in sales in any given month, you get a beautiful postcard that is a beautiful picture of one of our artisans, and it's signed by one of our founders. So it's really, really fun. I've got my collection going over on my vision board. I would show you. But they're awesome, and I just love, it's like lining my bulletin board. But you can get one every single month that you hit $1,000. And we talk about the $1,000 PRV as being not just personal retail volume, but personal responsibility volume. That if you're doing $1,000 in sales a month, for some people that's a big stretch. For some people that's like an easy thing. But regardless, that's a really solid, sustainable amount to be selling as a compassionate entrepreneur. It usually means you're doing 2 to 3 parties. So you're keeping your business strong and healthy, and you're doing a consistent amount of parties to where you're able to book more parties from those parties. You're meeting enough people and enough customers to be sponsoring, and just really having a nice, strong, sustainable impact on our mission. So that's why we honor that. And then as a nation, I like to do things for the $1,000 club, and it's always kind of different. Some months are it's just the good job, you did it. But last month in October, the $1,000 club, actually every single member that was in the club, I donated a Thanksgiving dinner to the Orlando Rescue Mission. So I was super proud of us as a team in October. So happy to be able to buy 136 Thanksgiving meals for the Orlando Rescue Mission. So if you were in the $1,000 club, you can give yourself a woohoo in the chat. I'm so proud of you guys. It was an amazing month in October, and I'm sure that there will be 250 of you in the club this month, which is really exciting. But there's no prize, just a thumbs up for November. But November is so good. Like, I don't need to give you anything else. November is just good. So congratulations to everybody. I got my postcard yesterday. So if you were in the $1,000 club last month, you may or may not have already gotten your postcard, but it's a coming soon. This is another awesome incentive from the home office. This is the Creating Change incentive. So basically every time you sponsor somebody, you get a tassel bracelet, which is really cool because you can have like a little collection going. Is anybody wearing their tassel bracelets? No, I know. Mine are over here. I'm not wearing mine. I keep mine in a little dish on my shelf. But they're really awesome and a really fun way to build up a collection, and then you get to wear them to like retreats and stuff, or or just like out to coffee. And if somebody's like, hey, what's that all about? And be like, these are women that I've sponsored as amazing world changers in my business. Have you ever heard of Trades of Hope? So they can be a great conversation starter. And I have not gotten mine for last month, so you might not have gotten yours either. But we did, as a nation, bring on 67 new sisters in October, which is fantastic. That's amazing. Sponsorship is the most impactful thing that you can do for this mission. So I always say, like, you know, I've never met a CE that didn't say, I'm here for the mission. I joined because I love helping women. I love the idea of empowering women out of poverty. You know, it's why I joined. It's why everybody joins. If you want to make a huge impact, you know, people shopping is fantastic. People hosting is amazing. People joining, every time somebody becomes a compassionate entrepreneur, it's like a new store opening to represent Trades of Hope and create and expand the marketplace for our artisans. You know, if I go out on a Thursday night and do a party, I can usually do a great party or hopefully have a great party. But if 1,000 other compassionate entrepreneurs are out on a Thursday night doing a party that exact same night, just think about that ripple effect and that impact. And that's why our business model is so powerful for our mission and as a vehicle for wanting to impact change. So that's why this is the creating change incentive, because that's what sponsorship does. It creates change in the world. So keep sponsoring, keep doing that, keep getting those tassel bracelets, but know that it is so much bigger than a bracelet when you sponsor, when you share this opportunity with others. All right, and on that note, just a little sponsoring tip thrown in here for November. Your business is a gift, and I think about that all the time. Like, and that was kind of the tipping point for me when I first when I went to the very first retreat. I had been a CE for about 9 months, and I had not sponsored anybody on purpose. I had kind of accidentally sponsored a few people, and they had asked me if they could join, and I was like, oh, sure. But when I went to the retreat, somebody said to me, well, you know, don't you enjoy doing your business? Don't you love what you're doing? Don't you feel like it's a gift every day to get to do this work? And I'm like, absolutely. Yes. Like 100% I feel that way. And then it was like, well, why don't you offer that gift to others? And at that point, at that moment, it really shifted in me that what we offer to people is really a gift. And there's no, you know, it's like offering somebody a drink when they walk into your house. You know, some people are going to say, absolutely, yes, I'm so thirsty. I would love to have a drink of whatever it is you're offering me. Some people will be like, well, what do you have? And they want to hear their options, you know, and then some people will be like, no, I'm good. I'm not thirsty, but thank you for offering me that drink. There's no offensiveness or pushiness or weirdness in offering the beautiful gift that we have to offer people. We're offering somebody the opportunity to be on a perpetual mission trip and change the world every day in their pajamas. I mean, hello. But this time of year, you know, we all know somebody who is hoping that they, you know, getting nervous about Christmas is coming and wanting to give the kids or their husband or their spouse, you know, the Christmas that they really want to give them. And there's never enough money this time of year. It's always hard to justify, you know, the Christmas season, and the kids always want way more than you're able to give to them. And you know, or you spend too much at Christmas, like maybe you're still in debt from last Christmas. You know, so pay attention to that around you and be a little bit more aware and in tune to friends and family and even guests at parties this time of year who are talking about Christmas, and see if maybe the opportunity of being a compassionate entrepreneur could be what they are looking for to help fill that gap. Another great idea is, you know, what about asking for a kit for Christmas? You know, you could start bringing that up at your parties now, and I think that would be an amazing Christmas gift. Or maybe you have a potential CE that you've been working with, and money is the issue. Well, maybe you could talk to her about asking for her business for Christmas. I mean, like Holly said at Empower, you know, if you treat it like $1 million business, not just a $99 kit, you know, it's a pretty significant gift that you could be given this year for Christmas. So think about that when you are sponsoring this month. On that note too, every week, every single week, we're the only team that does weekly opportunity events. You have the opportunity to invite one of your, you know, all of your potential CEs. Let's say you have 10 people that you think would make great CEs, or you've got all these hostesses. You guys booked 400 parties between now and the end of January. all 400 of those women could be potential CEs. They should be invited to Legacy before their party so they have a chance to really understand what we're all about. So many of the women I have sponsored in the last 5 years were hostesses first. I was a hostess before I became a compassionate entrepreneur. So think about that. Legacy is a great tool for you to use with people who have expressed an interest in being, and learning more about the opportunity, but also for your hostess. Like, let me invite you to this event. You can read through the posts and you never know what might spark their interest. So we offer Legacy every week on Monday and Sunday alternating. And for the next 2 months, or the rest of 2017, it's Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday. And so you can write these dates down. They're always at 9:00 p.m. Eastern. I will tell you that in 2018, we're going to have at least one Legacy event a month that's going to be a West Coast Legacy, so kind of geared towards women in the West Coast, as far as like the time of day, because Melanie Sanukian would like to start leading them. So I think that's a great idea. But use Legacy. If you don't get an invitation by Friday, you can ask your sponsor, you can ask me, you can ask your director, you can ask your manager, anybody, and you can get invited. I usually try to invite all of the leadership in the Great Love Nation, and then you can kind of go from there and get invited. But if you've got somebody, you can invite them to Legacy. And then even if they miss the actual night that it occurs, the events last until the following Thursday. So like we had one last night, but it's going to be up until next Thursday at 11 p.m. So you can still invite somebody to it, and they can go through and read the posts. They always end on Thursday. They always start on Friday, and they always occur on Sunday or Monday. So that's Legacy. Hopefully you're using that as a sponsorship tool. It's a great way, especially if you just don't know what to say or how to say it. Invite them to Legacy, and we give you the words. Okay, hopefully this week you noticed the new website design. Super, super beautiful, very functional, very pretty. I love that it's like specific categories, like you can find things so much easier. We've got more updates coming. There's more things coming. This is all, of course, gearing up and working out the kinks before the end of November when things get really crazy with Black Friday and stuff. But thank you for your patience, and thank you for, working through those kinks. And it's going to be fantastic and beautiful. And it's already, I feel like, such a better shopping experience for our customers. So hopefully you're loving that. Hopefully you've seen the hashtag TOH Blessed video contest. I haven't done one yet, but I've got an idea for one that's percolating. But it's a video contest going on for the whole month of November. This is from the home team. And to be entered into the contest, you need to make a video. And you only have to make one video. I've seen people make multiple ones. You only have to make one. Post it on your personal page or your business page, but use the hashtag TOHBlessed. But the topic of the video is, how has being a compassionate entrepreneur with Trades of Hope blessed you or your family? So pretty straightforward, and I've seen some cute ones, some creative ones, and funny ones. It's a marketing tool. It's a way for you to put the word out, get people intrigued about what it is that you're doing, and show, all the facets of what being a compassionate entrepreneur is all about. It's not just doing parties. It trickles into every area of your life and really blesses every area of your life. So that's what this campaign is all about. And they're going to be picking winners. I think there's like $300 worth of prizes or something, which is kind of fun, from the video. So you've got to be hashtagging, or it doesn't show up where they can select winners from. So go do your videos. You never know who's going to see something like that and respond. Okay, leadership retreat. The list is in. I'm super excited for leadership retreat, which is coming up in January in Orlando, January 12th through the 14th. I love leadership because I live here. Yay. And I love all retreats because they're like 40 minutes from my house. But I get to like have people over to my house and stuff, which is fun. So last year I had like a warm-up party at my house the night before leadership retreat started. So that was really fun. I'm doing that again this year. So I'm so proud of the Love Rising ladies. We had a big group from Great Love Nation, but these are the ladies. And if I miss somebody, please put it in the chat. I know you will, but put it in the chat and don't be mad at me. But the ladies from Love Rising that are attending leadership retreat are Dina Galloway, Jolyn Grobert, Denise Ricard. Oh no, Denise is on Jenny's team, but Denise is going. Trisha Sherlin, Jennifer Jones, Tracy Fountain, Tracy Warren, Marie Chenard, Mitzi Galuli, Lisa Tracy, who I know is on the call, Dee Ladd, and Leslie Green Hawes. So congratulations, Love Rising ladies who are going to be at Leadership Retreat. I cannot wait to spend the weekend with you. And for everybody, this is really, you know, an opportunity for like ambassadors to go to the retreat, learn all these amazing things, and bring them back to you. So you're not going to miss out. We're gonna bring it all home to Love Rising, to our teams, and it's going to be awesome. All right, what's next? Inspire. Now there's no qualifying for Inspire. All you have to do is buy your ticket. So get your ticket. I think they've said there's already like 120 tickets that have been sold for Inspire. This is next August, August 3rd and 4th, 2018, here again in Orlando at the Rosen Shingle Creek Hotel. This is our big annual conference. This is our retreat. This is where the magic happens. Like, you don't want to miss retreat. The first retreat that I ever went to changed my life, changed my business, changed my understanding of what I was a part of, like blew my mind. And there were only 50 of us there. It was teeny, teeny, tiny. I think the last retreat, there were like how many were at Empower? Like 400 something. There were a lot. Oops. Go back. Oh no. I'm sorry. I got distracted. And so who knows how many will be at Inspire 2018. It's just crazy cool. Another fun idea, another Christmas gift idea, ask for an Inspire ticket for Christmas. If, you know, that's another thing you can do if your significant other is like, oh, I don't know. Well, make it a Christmas gift. Show that you are so excited. This means so much to you that you are willing to ask for it for a Christmas gift, or just, you know, have a party or two and you can buy your ticket for yourself for Christmas. You've got so much time to plan. Tickets right now are $139. It's really cool because you always end up rooming with like 4 people that you don't know, and you make new friends, and it also makes the cost of the hotel go way, way down. And it's such a fun weekend. It's going to be the fall catalog launch. Obviously tons of training, awards and fun, and just hearing the founders is incredible. So you don't want to miss Inspire. If you've already gotten your ticket or you're planning to go, you can put that in the chat too, because I'm sure some of you already have your tickets. I have my ticket. All right, so let's talk about Black Friday for a minute, and then we're going to talk about like specifics around Black Friday. So Black Friday is actually not just Friday. Black Friday is actually Wednesday through, so it's the 22nd through the 28th, which is the following Tuesday, because we just started on Wednesday, because I don't know if that's an actual day, but then I know that there's Thanksgiving, then there's Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, Fair Trade Tuesday. So there's like all these things that happen. So that's why we do it for almost an entire week, November 22nd through the 28th. What's super cool is that every single day of that time period, there will be a new product currently unavailable will be released, probably at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Which is awesome. And I talked to Gretchen a little bit today. She said there's at least one piece from Guatemala. There's a piece from Thailand. There's definitely pieces from India. I don't know about Haiti yet, but I'm crossing my fingers. I know. But there's a range of artisan groups that will be represented in those new products. There's also a range of price points that will be represented in those products. And then that's not the only thing that goes on during Black Friday. There's also a sale of retired pieces. So there will be a whole segment of pieces that aren't in the catalog, but that are still online, that will be marked down 50% off. So Black Friday is an amazing, amazing sale. So now it's an online only, it's not guaranteed for home parties. They have ordered well. Those of you that were around last year know that we had a crazy thing happen with our Hayden bag, which is our Black Friday, the leather bag that was like the Alden baby brother. It was the first time we had a bag like that, and we literally broke the internet. They only ordered 400 of the Hayden bags, and I think they were released at 9 o'clock and sold out by like 9:02, and it was insanity. So I think I ended up getting like 5 of them, and I thought people were gonna like scratch my eyes out. They were like, "What? You got 5?" I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, no, I didn't. I didn't get 5." So yeah, that's not going to happen this year. Where they're promising, they've ordered better, but things will sell out. You know, depending on what it is and how hot it is when it hits at 9 a.m. It could be sold out by the end of the day. And we are going to get graphics every single day. We'll get everything that we need to run our events and share with our customers. So let's talk about that for a minute. Some ideas for Black Friday. The main thing that I would suggest for right now for Black Friday is just start planning for it now. Don't wait until the week of Thanksgiving when you're already kind of busy with family stuff and whatever to start thinking about this time frame. Start to plan things now. Some great ideas that people have done and have worked, and some other types of ideas. And don't worry, don't be like frozen by like, I have to pick the exact perfect, event. I've done something different every single year, and it's always been fine and worked out fine. So don't be frozen by like, I don't know which one to pick. Just pick the one that seems like it's going to be fun and go with that. And if it doesn't work as well as you hoped, then try something different next year. It's no big deal. But Susan Johnson, I know, does a hostess appreciation event, which is a really nice thing. And you still have time to do it, if you order like from Vistaprints, you can order little postcards that are just thank you cards for all of your hostesses. And even if you're a brand new CE, this is a great thing to do. All of your, maybe you've had 8 hostesses so far. Order some cards, or you can buy a pack of thank you cards and just send them to your hostesses. And then you can invite them to your hostess appreciation event, which will be during Black Friday. So it'll be kind of like, make them feel special, invite them to the event online, and maybe throw in some special gifts and things like that, throughout the course of the event. You've probably seen the Thanksgiving crew. Now, this is something that I didn't do the first year because I thought it looked really complicated. I tried it in 2015 and it worked really well. I did it last year and it didn't go as well. So this is one of those things, you got to just tweak it and make it work for you. And I'll tell you, I actually sat down today to really work this Thanksgiving crew thing out for this year, and I decided to go a different route. So I'm doing more of it's like a combination hostess appreciation event and Thanksgiving crew, because I'm using my VIP group and inviting them first to a special event, and I'm going to add in some of my best customers and people that I was going to ask to be on the crew, and I'm really just going to do more of a shopping event online. I am going to do some prizes, some free product and free shipping and things like that throughout the week, especially because there's going to be a new product every day. If somebody wants to order something and then like something comes out 2 days later and they're like, oh, I really want that, then I might do like a free shipping thing since they've already paid shipping once. I could give them something like that. So I'm gonna free form it this year a little bit with that group and see how it goes. Mystery hostess parties are always great and perfect for the Black Friday event. If you're not familiar with mystery hostess, basically just set up a party in your name, and then when you get to the end of the party, do a drawing of everybody that made a purchase, and that person becomes the hostess and gets the rewards. It's fun, it's exciting, it's definitely enough of a buy-in for people to want to shop because they would like the chance to be the hostess. You could do an event through your VIP group, which I'm actually not doing it through the VIP group. That's just where I'm starting to pull the people that want to shop, and then I'm going to create it as a separate group or a separate event outside of the group, and then invite other customers and stuff. And then I'm going to post to that. Something that I did last year that worked really well, and this. You can come up with a list of people that want to shop for Christmas, and you can want to know what's going on with the sale, and offer to text them directly the picture of that product for the day and the link to shop. And so, you know, you can write your list out of the 50 people or the 20 people or 10 people, whatever it is that that want to be contacted directly, and you text them each morning at 9 a.m. when the new piece comes out. That could get you a lot of traction, and then you don't have to necessarily do a Facebook event. You could also use Facebook Messenger for that pretty easily. Now, Jill Butler was sharing about a website that I haven't gotten into yet, but it's called Skipio, Skipio. And apparently, there's a Trades of Hope Compassionate Entrepreneur like discount going on right now. You get $20 off when you join Skipio. And it is it's a web-based or a texting platform. So you can actually, kind of like we can set up to like Tiny Torch and things like that to post onto Facebook events, you can actually set up a Skipio to send out mass texts to all of your customers or all of your teammates or whatever. It's a communication tool to reach a lot of people through text. So if you want to look into that for Black Friday, it might be worth your time, especially if you have a large group of customers. Like, you don't want to be individually texting 100 people each day, then it might be worth it. But definitely direct contact is going to be huge. We're in the direct selling business. The difference between shopping at a store and shopping with us is customer care and customer service. So this is the time of year when you love on your customers. I mean, you do it all year, but this is where it pays off, where your good service and your good customer care really comes into play this time of year, because you're giving people the option and the freedom and flexibility and the ease to shop with Trades of Hope, and you're sharing the really cool things that are coming out. Hold on, I gotta turn my fan on. And making it as personal as possible. You know, there's gonna be a lot of noise. It's Black Friday, it's Christmas shopping. You know, you know how it is. You get up that Friday morning or even on Thanksgiving. And I mean, I always hit Anthropologie pretty hard on Thanksgiving, because there's always such good sales, but there's good sales everywhere. So you want to make sure that you're, helping them. What is that? You see that? See that pink stuff on my screen? That's weird. By being able to contact them directly. And go ahead and set up your link now. I opened a party in my name, and so that's my link for all of my Black Friday sales and sale and stuff. So I've got the link ready to go. I did use Bitly again, which if you're not familiar with that, it's a nice way to shorten a link and make it something cute. So you go to it's bitly.com, and you can create an account, and then you can take a URL, like a party link, and enter it into Bitly, and then it'll shorten it, and then you can customize it so it's kind of cute. So like mine this year is, I think, gift Trades of Hope is my Bitly this year. So that's kind of fun. All right, so I want to come back to this, but I want to go into the chat for just a second and see if you guys have other ideas for, so you're writing on my thing. You guys, you're like little kids scribbling on my PowerPoint. What the heck? Like, who's doing that? Jolynn? That's hilarious. Yes, you can. Yes, Amber. Blame your 3-year-old. That's really funny. Okay. That kind of looks like a heart, so that's cool. Thank you for scribbling on my PowerPoint. But if you have other ideas for Black Friday, you can pop them in the chat, and we'll discuss in just a second. But I want to throw this thought out at you. This is my final slide. That this time of year, especially, everybody is looking for gifts. Everybody is looking for somewhere to shop, something to give, something that's not like meaningless and empty. And Trades of Hope is the perfect choice for pretty much every gift giving thing and need that anybody would have. And so we talk all the time about how we want to be the voice for our artisans, right? We want to represent them and be their voice by sharing their story. And you also hear the expression, be the change, be the change you want to see in the world. That's what or be the good this is mine. Believe there is good in the world. That's my phone. But be the change you wish to see in the world. But what if we, in this next season, combine those two things into be the choice? You want to be the choice that people make this holiday season, the choice that they make for their gift giving. And that's, in your mind, remember, it's the combination of voice and change. We're going to be the choice, because that's what makes us stand out, is we get to actually be the voice and be the change, and in turn be people's choice for gift giving. Okay. So I'm going to come back for a minute. Is there anybody who had any additional Black Friday ideas that you're just like burning to share, and you can just wave at me and I'll unmute you? Anything cool or exciting that you were thinking about doing? Who's waving? Amber? Where? Oh, you're waving? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Amber. Oop. I can't.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hi. So a real estate agent friend of mine, she actually helped me buy my house, but she came over the other day and she ordered the nativity set, and she is splitting up each ornament and she's mailing them to each of her clients throughout the year. And I was thinking, I was like, well, they're just going to be getting a piece of this nativity set. I was like, how can she incorporate that to, sending it out with like a card? And I told her, I said, you need to send them a card that says, you were a part of my story. Now here is a piece of my favorite story. And then say something about the nativity, and, and then if you want to see the rest of, the pieces or whatever, then check out the link. But I thought that was really cool to be able to connect it in some way. So
very cool. And
yeah.
I think real estate, if you have a real estate connection, where people like to give a gift at closing, a vintage trivet, a set of the vintage coasters, a love bowl, a hope bowl, things that, they could give. That's a wonderful just business tip in general, is seeking out those real estate agencies and agents that, there's millions of them out there. So some of you are probably have your real estate licenses or might be real estate agents, but that's really cool. I like that. That's really unique. Any other ideas or anything interesting for Black Friday? Sorry, I got the hiccups. The main thing is that this is a great opportunity for, those of you that have never been through a November, welcome to November. It's awesome. It's just such a fun time of year to serve others, and like I said, be that choice that people are going to make, because people, more than any other time of the year besides maybe Mother's Day, like April is off and May are really good for Trades of Hope, but they're really looking for the perfect gift, and we can be that perfect gift. And if you believe that you have the perfect gift to offer, you will be amazed at how much joy you give people by sharing about the opportunity to shop with Trades of Hope and give beautiful pieces that mean something. So don't doubt that. Have tons of belief in that what you have to offer is really special and really amazing and will make people really happy. Okay, so I want to finish the meeting tonight by talking about some hostess coaching tips, because I think, I certainly know when I first started, again, like going back to the beginning of my journey and going to that first retreat, I had been a CE for 9 months and had done okay. I'd had parties and, done pretty well. But somebody got up and did a training on hostess coaching. And I was like looking around the room, like, what is hostess coaching? Like, I don't even know what this girl is talking about. So like as a topic of, and as an aspect of my business, I certainly was not doing that. But hostess coaching is incredibly important. And now that I do it, I've obviously seen the difference, and I recognize what it does for our hostesses, and it helps our parties hold together and, really empowers our artisans. That's really, or not our artisans, our hostesses. That's really what hostess coaching is all about. It's making a hostess feel confident that she's going to have a good party. You know, that's probably the number one reason why people hesitate or say no to wanting to do a party. It's because they're afraid that nobody's going to come. I mean, for me, that's pretty much why I never hosted parties. My husband and I hosted a New Year's Eve party when we were very first married, and we sent out invitations. Like, we thought this was going to be such a great, like, grown up, you know, New Year's Eve party. And like, nobody came. Like, it was the saddest thing ever. And, you know, that it goes back to the, you know, your birthday party. What if nobody comes? And I still, even as a grown, you know, 40-year-old woman, if I'm having some kind of event or party, I get super nervous right before it starts that nobody's going to show up. And so really that's what Hostess coaching is about. It's about helping somebody feel confident that even if 3 people come, it's still a fabulous party, and you know, you're a world changer and you're doing great things, and I could never be disappointed, and exactly who's supposed to be here is here. And you know, that's your job as a compassionate entrepreneur, is to make her feel so good about the party, no matter what it turns out to be. So at this moment, I want to go ahead and invite our managers who are going to share a little bit tonight to hop in, because I know they're both going to touch on Hostess coaching related topics. So I don't know who wants to go first, Jolynn or Tracy. Somebody volunteer to go first.
Okay, I can be. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So actually, Erin just definitely led into what I was mumbling under my breath here. Like, I hate to host parties. Even as a party girl, I still have that, you know, high school insecurity mentality that nobody's going to come to my own parties. And I have absolutely projected that onto my hostesses. And that shows up in my hostess coaching, because I automatically assume that even though they've agreed to book a party, that they really don't want to be booking a party. And so they don't then want to hear from me. So I run away. So I book a lot of parties, and then I run away from them, and then they don't go so well, and they don't produce as high of sales as they very well could, because I'm not hostess coaching, because I'm scared that nobody's going to come to my party. So anyway, it's just like a big ripple effect that goes back to the belief that that they don't want to hear from me because I don't want to have a party. So anyway, my challenge to you then is to look into, you know, what your belief is at the core, you know, about hostess coaching and about holding parties, and see if there's any disconnect there. Because when you find the disconnect, then you can say, okay, what is the actual truth? The truth is that there are a lot of people who love to host parties, and there are a lot of people that have come to my parties, and there are a lot of people that have come to my hostesses parties. So the truth is that people enjoy being together as human beings and having parties. And so thus the truth is that I can serve my hostesses best by showing up for them. So.
That's awesome. And I think that we fall into that trap a lot of projecting our own thought or our own insecurity or our own feeling about something onto our party guests or our hostesses. Like, even asking somebody if they want information about being a compassionate entrepreneur. You know, sometimes we immediately think, oh my gosh, if somebody had asked me that, like, I would have run screaming in the other direction. But then I think, well, if nobody had asked me that, then I wouldn't be where I am today. Like, you know, so I try not to project anything, and just be open. And especially because somebody has chosen to say yes already, of course they want to host the party. And I think for us too, it's a little bit different even, because a lot of my hostesses don't host other parties, but they love Trades of Hope. And we want to honor that too, that maybe they need a little hostess coaching even more because they don't do the party thing, but they really love Trades of Hope. So we want them to have a successful party because they are putting themselves out there a little bit and doing something that actually makes them a little uncomfortable, but they're doing it for her, which that's what we do. That's our job. So we can relate to that. So find that common ground with your hostesses, especially because a lot of them are going to be people that don't normally host. And you know, we want to empower them just like we empower our artisans, and we want to meet them where they are with their insecurities about their party. before Jolynn goes, I'm going to talk just a little bit about some of the logistics of Hostess coaching. Like, what does that actually look like? And that's what I needed to know when I had that first retreat. You know, when somebody was talking about Hostess coaching, and I didn't even know what it was. So basically, my Hostess coaching is down to a science. And hold on. So when I book a party, I immediately write it down on, and it looks really dingy, but this is my Hostess or my party manager piece of paper. I've shared this on, I think it's on the app. I think that my Hostess coaching video is there. This is just a series of, it's just a table that I made. It used to be just a legal pad. Here's a blank one. But basically over here is a column for the party number. And then this is the hostess's information, the date and time of the party, and then I just have these boxes to check off. Now, some of you have made ones that are similar that have more details to them. I still use this one. There's not a lot of detail to it, but it works for me. I literally have it everywhere I go, so that if I'm sitting at gymnastics, I can do a little Hostess coaching. If I'm sitting at a baseball game, I can do a little Hostess coaching. If I'm in car line, if I'm, you know, at a doctor's office, I can do some Hostess coaching. So this is the system that I use. The reason that I like having it on paper is because I don't want to go into my back office every time I need a hostess's phone number or her party number, or even like on my way to the party. I don't even want to go into the back office to look up her address. I have it written down. So this works really, really well for me. The things that I have, the little columns where I check off, it says packet, email, 1, 2, 3, and notes. This file should be in the Love Rising team page if you don't want to recreate it. But I send them a Hostess packet, I send them an email, and then 1, 2, 3 are the 3 times that I want to contact them leading up to their party. And then notes is just anything else that I might want to remember about them. My Hostess packet is 2 pages. I think this is in the file section. It's called the Hostess cover letter. This is my fall one. I try to update the picture and the color. But it's really very simple, just like excited that you're having a party, date and time of your party link, nice and bold, share this with everybody. The second page is, again, right at the top, here's your party link, share this with everybody. You can double your party or sales through online orders. Ideas for inviting guests. 2 to 3 weeks prior to your event, 1 week prior. I don't think anybody actually reads this. I send this to every hostess. It's only 2 pages long. I don't get the impression that many people read it. Somebody probably does. But I send them this and a catalog and a little you know, the trifold and an opportunity flyer and a little Post-it note that says, "Can't wait for your party. Love, Erin." And I send that out usually like 3 to 4 weeks before their party. And then I send them an email. And the email, again, is in the file. It's called Hostess email. I use the same Word doc every single time I send it out. I just open it up, change the names, change the details of the party, because it's got a copy and paste, you know, pre-written invitation that they can just drop into an Evite. They can drop into a big mass email. However, I make it super, super easy for them to just copy and paste and send out that information. So that's the packet and the email. Again, 3 to 4 weeks before the party. And then the 1, 2, 3 is just me checking in. I try to check in a couple weeks before, about 2 weeks out. How's everything going? Have you gotten all your invitations out? Yes, I'm good, thanks. Do you need anything from me? Do you have any questions? No, I'm good. A week before, super excited for your party next week. Here's a little reminder graphic that I made on WordSwag, or here's your red stamp. You know, I'll send them the red stamp now, actually 3 to 4 weeks before the party too. That is a nice little additional tool. I need to probably change this and put red stamp as one of the check-offs. And then I always check in like 2 days before the party, because that is the time that parties reschedule, is 2 to 3 days before. So don't let them reschedule, or don't let them cancel. They can reschedule, but you really want to make that party hold. So if you head that off like 48 hours before the party and they're starting to like think nobody's coming and panic, then you have talked to them soon enough to say, okay, how many do you have coming? 3? Awesome. Let's see if they can each bring a friend. You know, let's send out a couple more messages. Here's another Here's a beautiful picture of an artisan and a little story that you can share. Here's a video you can send out to your friends. Whatever it's going to take to encourage her and to get her like motivated to send out those messages and really try to get another couple of people and keep that party together. It's going to happen in those final 48 hours. So that's where hostess coaching becomes really, really crucial. And sometimes they reschedule, I've had everything happen. I've had over 350 some parties in 5 years. So I've seen it all. I've had no shows. I've had parties where the hostess literally canceled on me an hour before the party. Like, I'm getting ready to leave my house and I just have this feeling she's going to cancel. And sure enough, she did. Like, it happens. People are crazy. You will see it all. And the longer you're around, the more you'll see. And, it's just the way that it is. But all you can do is, be consistent in your hostess coaching and you should see an increase in your parties holding. Okay, Jolynn, you want to hop in and give your manager a minute?
Yes. Oh, good. You unmuted me. I wasn't really sure how. Not gonna lie. Yeah. So this is actually so funny because Tracy and I didn't talk. But what I was gonna say is like perfectly in sync with what she was saying. Kind of the opposite. The other side of the coin, really.
I love it.
Because
I actually planned it that way. I just wanted.
Oh, you're sneaky.
Yeah.
So I kind of accidentally stumbled on this hostess coaching like gold nugget in the last few months. I've been really, really sick. Now I have a cold, but I've been like chronically sick. Don't know what's wrong with me. That's like a whole saga for the last 3 months. But it's the second time in the last 2 years of working for Shades of Hope that I've had to be really creative and flexible and committed to like our mission and really use that like hardcore. So thinking about Tracy talking about like her mentally kind of running away from her party. I think what I did this last month was just recognizing my power to influence my hostesses and really like positive peer pressure them into believing that what we're doing actually matters because I was sick. So there was a lot of this like day to day, like the one party I had, I was super sick on the Sunday morning of the party, trying to make it work, really just feeling like I'm not up for this, but I'm not willing to cancel because this is bigger than me. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the phone with my hostess, like, how can we make this work? And I realized I started saying things to her like, this is just so much bigger than me. Like, this is important. It matters. Because she was all, oh, you're sick, but that, like going through that experience has me thinking like, I need to be doing that with all of my hostesses, like really sharing with them the gift that this is flexible because, hello, I got to meet her halfway with my kit and go on Skype and do a party from my jammies feeling really terrible and change the world while doing it. So that's awesome. But just really emphasizing to them like how confident we are in what we're doing and how important it is and that that's really contagious to the hostess and then contagious to her guests because like that party was crazy successful. I got 2 bookings and like $400 party out of 4 guests. I was totally shocked. And I think it had to do with that confidence. So yeah.
I totally agree. I could not agree with that more because, when you believe and you're inspired, you will inspire her. When she's bought into the fact that she's your partner, she's a world changer, she's going to pass that on to her guests. The party will completely change and feel completely different when your hostess is walking around the room, putting products on people, showing people the artisan tags, like, oh my gosh, your daughter would love this, or this would look so good on you. When she's stepping in and doing that, it because you have given her that gift of belief and empowerment, that is like the ultimate goal for every single party. And that's where hostess coaching comes in. So you're absolutely right. And I think it's easy sometimes to forget, when we're going through this, sometimes, like you were put into an extreme situation where you were really passionate and believe, like kind of reminded of the bigger picture because of your health, that we all need reminders like that sometimes, that this is bigger than us, that it's not about just like, you know, everybody's canceling and oh my gosh. No, if 4 people are coming, I'm coming. We're doing this because you never know what's going to happen, and exactly who's supposed to be there is going to be there. And if you believe that, then she'll be excited and confident to pass that on as well. And a 4-person party can be a $400 party with 2 bookings and sometimes a compassionate entrepreneur. So never underestimate the power of a small party and then of building up your hostess. You know, my training on hostess coaching is called, you know, coaching your MVP. She is your most valuable player in your business. Your hostesses are everything. They're your partners. And so the 400 parties that have been booked in the last 5 days from the Great Love Nation, that's 400 MVPs, most valuable partners in spreading the mission of Trades of Hope. We cannot do this business alone. I alone cannot change the world. I have to have hostesses who are willing to share their homes, their friends, their networks with me and with Trades of Hope so that we can share the stories of our artisans and change lives. I mean, we're in the home party business. Like, that's how it works. That's our vehicle for impacting change. Love the mission, love the business, because when you love doing parties and being part of this home party business model and you recognize it as a vehicle for change and you're in love with it, then other people will be excited about it too and want to host those parties. So good stuff. Awesome tips. I am really, really excited that we did an exact hour of a meeting. That's amazing. And I'm really thankful that everybody was here. Thank you so much, Tracy and Jolynn, for sharing, and Amber for sharing your cool tip. And I will be posting this on YouTube. So anybody that was in your downline, that's, you know, on your teams or that didn't make the meeting, they can definitely watch this online on YouTube. And let's just go out there and have an amazing, amazing November. We're going to do this exact same meeting the first Tuesday of December. We're going to do a Zoom meeting together. So that's December 5th, 8:00 p.m. on Zoom. And those of you that are local, I'm moving the Ugly Sweater Party to a different night. So we can actually do our regular team meeting, and the Ugly Sweater Party is going to be rescheduled for December, just not that night, so that we can have our team meeting and keep it consistent. First Tuesday of the month. When it's on Zoom, it's at 8:00 p.m. so you can get the kids in bed. Thank you for joining us from the West Coast. I know some of you were making dinner. You guys are awesome, and thank you. That's all I got. Love you guys. Have a great night. I'm going to stop the recording. All right. We are okay.